Alright, what is going on, guys? Alex7 here. Welcome back to another TDU video. And today it's something a bit different because today I'm going to talk to you about the ultimate mod tool for TDU2, and that is TDU2 VPE. So let me show you guys what you can do with this mod. First off, you can see we have a regular here BRZ except 1,000 kilometers as it talks. We also have 1 second 0 to 100 and 5,000 brake horsepower. So simply, I'm just gonna buy this and I'm gonna show you how to use this mod tool. And then yeah, you guys can go ahead and have your fun. Now a lot of people have been talking about, oh, you know, how do you put sleepers into TDU2? Technically, because TDU2 doesn't have the same tuning system as Forza as in 4, you can't really do that. But this TDU2 VPE editor is basically like taking Forza Horizon 4 editing and putting it into TDU2. That's granted you know how to use it. So today, let me show you how this works. Now, if I remember, I should probably... Alright, now if you're in one of my streams, you will know... Okay, now this is probably gonna be a bit hard, but we have a nice straight here, and let me show you how much of a sleeper this is. This is all-wheel drive swapped as well. So, hold on. I think we probably don't even need to start into... Oh, wait. We probably don't even need to start into such a... Yep, that's not really... TD2 physics at its best. Yep, okay. I'm just gonna start in 5th gear because the torque is pretty crazy anyways. And yeah, you can't really control this. Not necessarily, but I definitely have to do this with a race. So you guys... There we go. I think top speed should be... Yeah, the physics is not really having that much fun. But let's go ahead. I'm gonna show you TD2 VPE. We're gonna edit a car and then do a race with it so you know how it works. So let me show you what that is. Okay, so first thing first that you need to do is, by the way, a download link is in the description below. But once you download TD2 VPE, you're going to be needing a couple of things. You're gonna need 2 things: TD2 deck, which you just need to put here, and you also need TD2 VPE. So I have them both in the same little TD2 mod folder with all of my other mods. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to open TD2 VPE, and right here is all you pretty much need. So like I said, if you go to settings, all you need to do is find your TD2 root folder, which obviously my TD2 root folder is where it says this. I don't want to refine it, but it's my C drive TD2 up, and also have my TD2 TDU deck folder, which again I showed you guys, that's, you can put it anywhere as long as your root folder and your TDU deck folder are the same. So now what you need to do is let's find a cart that we're going to tune. Now let's go with Aerial Atom, right? Let's go to Aerial Atom, and this really is the ultimate tool. So Aerial, let's actually just get the regular Atom. We're going to load it. Now once you load the vehicle, it has all of the information here: the drivetrain, aerodynamics, tire, grip, etc, etc. Now granted, I don't know how to use this to the best of my knowledge, but I can teach you just enough information that you need to be able to make your sleeper cars and do some other modding TD2. So let me show you. So first things first, engine performance. Now obviously max RPM, min RPM, speed limit, max torque, etc, etc. It's exactly how you think it is. Now since it's an inline 4-cylinder, let's say if you want to V8 swap this, and I don't even think, yep, we have a V8 swap here. Engine position is still in the rear. Engine size, let's just put this to like 3000. Timing ignition, this is basically when you make your own sound mods, you want to be able to time how long it takes for the engine to turn on. I'm just gonna leave that the way it is. Number of turbos, let's say it's a twin turbo V8. 0 to 100 time, let's just say 1.1. And let's say engine inertia. I'm not sure what either of these do, but to my knowledge, you don't need to touch it. Now, max horsepower, as you can see, it says 300. Let's say we're gonna put it to 1,700, I think, and we could just leave the RPMs. I'm probably gonna say 8.5, and max torque, I want to say, let's just say we have like 1,250 torque at say roughly 7,950. I think that's fair. Actually, you know what, I should probably say 7,450, like that. Now speed limit, I'm gonna assume this is probably gonna be touching 400, so I'm just gonna put 420. Yo, anyways, minimum RPM, I'm still gonna leave at 900. Max RPM, I'm just gonna say 9,500. Now next is your transmission. Now the transmission is definitely one of the most important things that you're going to need. I'm actually going to make this all-wheel drive. Why not? Gearbox, shift up, shift down time, I'm sure you guys know. This is if you're in automatic mode, how much it changes and at what point. but this is what you're going to be focusing on. This is the most important point. Now you see the estimated time. This is knowing what you would put in here. I'm pretty sure this time has no effect on the actual car, but this actually does. So if I go to my final drive, let's see what I can really do. I think we can definitely push this quite far. Now thankfully it already has the estimated maximum speed and it has the estimated 0 to 100 speed already there for us, so it should be pretty easy. Alright, so now I have my gearing ratio down. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Traction control, this is basically how much traction you're gonna have on the car. I'm just gonna leave this all the same. That says torque balance, all-wheel drive, it's 50-50. I'm just gonna leave it like that as well. You have aerodynamics that you can change, suspension height, all that. Tires and rims, you don't really want to be touching this because this is actually something that you use when you end up importing mods if you want to make your own rims, etc. You have your grip performance. Again, I'm not going to change any of this. Dimension, I don't need to change either. Class, you can also change the price of the car as well as the class. Let's just say you got on discount, we're going to change it to 10. Names, we can say Ariel Adam, and let's, instead of 300 supercharged, let's say 300 tuned by Alex by A7 Industries, right? So tuned by A7 Industries. Colors, you can also change the dealership it's at, which should be Oahu. Let's check Ibiza, British Cars West, so that's fine. Settings, all that, good. All you have to do now is click apply, and now as you can see, everything is okay. So let's go ahead and let's actually go ahead and relaunch TDU 2 and see how this performs. Alright my friends, so here we are in the dealership, and right here is the Ariel Atom we need. Now as you can see, it changed all the stats for us. You have your 1,700 horsepower, the kilometers per hour, all that. So let's buy this. It's also 10k, like I said. It's actually 9k, I'm not sure why, but we're gonna buy this and let me show you how this works. Now again, huge shout out to Nikon for the controller that we have right here. Big ups to Nikon for this. I'm not used to control on TDU 2. I've been playing on wheel for like a very long time, especially recently, so the sensitivity might be a bit weird and I might actually crash, but let's see how this goes, right? So let's turn this on. All right, welcome the all-wheel drive. It actually has 0 traction. Now what I noticed is that the actual gearing ratio is chopped. I'm not sure why, but it's definitely chopped. So that's something we need to fix, right? So let's go ahead, go back to TDU 2 VP. I'm gonna fix it up and then we'll get back into this. I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so welcome back guys. Up on the screen for you right now is the new tuning that I've put up on the car. So let's see how this works. Now it should work a lot better. I mean, hopefully so. Alright. Now, like I said, you can see the torque on it is pretty insane. Let's go to a straight so you can actually like get some top speed runs in. Alright, so the famous highway here. Now this car cannot turn under acceleration, but it's fine, it's fine. Now like I said, the torque is probably too high because all it does is slip. So I'm taking it pretty easy right now, and then let's see how far we can really push this car. Okay, now I'm flooring it. You can literally hear the car braking up. Okay, so like I said, my foot is not that, well, not my foot, my finger's not on the accelerator that much. Let's see if we can kind of weave through these guys without crashing. I'm about to switch back to steering wheel because this is a bit too sensitive. Alright. Now, I'm pretty sure it's clear that this car already has... Yep, that... Oh, we're still alive. We're still alive. It's either that or the clutch is just burning. It could be the clutch that's burning, honestly. Okay, so here we go. Attempt number like 5,000 of checking out this car's top speed. Now I think I fixed my controller sensitivity, as you can pretty much tell. So that's good. Now the most likely, all right, let's floor it. I think we can floor it. We can floor it. Yeah, we can floor it. No, we can't floor it. Yep, that was not meant to be. I think we should probably just start from here. All right, I'm now flooring the real Adam. You can hear it struggling for grip, and we've hit the 400s. Let's see how fast this car can actually go. So that's 430. I'm gonna need to go through all of you. Yep. You get back on the road. I mean, I didn't mean that far on the road, but yeah. That is the car TD2 VP. Let's go into now. Let me show you what else you could do for TD2 VP and why you should download this. So let's go. Like I said, in TD2, a lot of the items and cars were not available to us because the servers are now offline. However, the ultimate mod tool TD2 VPE has a lot of stuff that you can actually utilize to get all that stuff back. For example, the Gumpert Apollo, which you can only get after receiving a certain level of a car club in TDU2. You can actually go ahead to Gumpert, which should be somewhere here if my smartness is there. There you go, Apollo. You can load it up and you can actually put it in a dealership of your choice. I just slapped it in British cars because why not? But you can choose any of the dealerships that they have here in either Ibiza or Hawaii, which is pretty sick. So you can do that, and as well as even the Dodge police vehicles. So if I go over ahead to Dodge, you guys can see that there's the SRT10 police Hawaii, police Ibiza. You can actually put all of these inside of the dealerships as well. This is also good for money glitches because, for example, you could actually buy a car. For example, let's say you want to go ahead, you buy a Ford or a Ginetta F400. You can just go to the price. So yeah, if you go to prices, you can see it's already set to $10. You can just set it to $10, and then after you're done, just set it to something like this. Well, obviously you're gonna have to do a little bit more than that, but yeah, you can always just set the price to something more than that. Obviously load the vehicle before you did, because that's not what I did. You can set it to 1 million, apply, and then when you sell your vehicle, you're also gonna get a ton more money for it. And then you know, that's another cheat that you can do for TDU2 and create some crazy mods in TDU2. So other than that, I hope you did enjoy. I'm Alex7. I'll see you guys in another video. I'm out. Peace.